I do not know what time it is, but the Most High, the Creator, God Almighty, is wanting me to. It was like my father was saying, stop focusing on what I'm doing regarding my business activities, on what I have personally for my dreams and my goals. He literally telling my spirit to put that on hold, and it's about you all right now. It's not about me. But anyway, I'm outside my back door, my backyard, and I'm walking around my backyard in the grass because I know I'm going to have to stay grounded. I know that I'm going to have to stay focused and stay connected. So this is for you all. For those that have ears to hear, let them hear. Those that have ears to hear, let them hear. While I was in prayer, like I say, I know I'm a spoiled girl. I had to be spoiled because this is something that's really getting. It's not hard. I just have to just not do it. It's not like it's a hard thing for me to put myself in discipline. As far as I got to grow up, it's not hard anymore. I've been there, done that. So it's just the idea that a lot of times I do recognize the little girl in me wants to have her way. But no, we got to grow up. That was while I was in prayer. What I was getting ready to say was, while I was in prayer, the Most High gave me a list of things to talk about. And while I'm out here, I would assume it's going on 6 o'clock in the morning, but I've been up a couple of hours, doing what I do. But which we all should be doing, but that I'm talking about doing what I do, we all should be in prayer. We all should be centering our focus on developing that oneness within our inner being. We need to be starting to be one in our spirit, mind, and body. Spirit, soul, and body. That's what our focus need to be on. We need to be listening to, watching, and surrounding ourselves with the information of self-growth, of mentally, spiritually, just growing as a spiritual being. We've been so much focused on the humanity of us. We have not developed the spiritual part of us. This is not a cliche. Oh, go to church. Oh, I got church involved in my life. No, this is not cliche. We are spiritual beings. Before you were born on this earth, we were some other form, as we will be when we leave this earth. Another form. So it's more than what this earth, what we see, what we hear with our natural senses, is more to life than this. We have got to start focusing more on the spiritual part of us. We messing up the physical part of us. So to focus on the spiritual part of us, so the physical part can get some type of control, some type of order. Those that have ears to hear, let them hear. We focusing too much on the physical of our beings when we need to be focusing on the spiritual so life can get in order. We have not did a good job. We'll never do a good job of physical focusing. Never have and never will. Because it don't come from the physicality of our lives. It comes from within. So tables are turning. There's a shift. What was first shall be last. What was last shall be first. What was the tail shall be the head. What was the head shall be the tail. Those that have ears to hear, let them hear. Again, I'm outside in my backyard walking on the grass. It's starting to get wet because I guess dew is about to start falling. I am wrapped up in my blanket, covering my head. We have to use common sense. Common sense. I'm not gonna walk with my head open in the elements and walk on the ground bare feet with dew on it. We use common sense. When we want to sun gaze and star gaze, when we want to sun gaze, common sense. You're not gonna stare at the sun in the blazing noon time. No, you gaze at the sun, sun rising and sun setting. To me, I always do it anytime before 8 o'clock in the morning. Every now and then I may have gotten it, till about 9, but I prefer to do it, no later than 9 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I could do it any time, tell you the truth. It depends on where I am, because if you stare at it for example, like I say, I know how to do it at any time, but if I stare at it in the blazing hot of a day, I won't be able to really, I can't be driving. We use common sense. But because if you stare at it at the wrong time and you don't know what we're doing, you can hurt yourself. We could hurt ourselves, because I had to learn the hard way. I did it when God first was revealing it to me. I couldn't see for almost an hour. And it was a scary experience. But when we're doing it in proper order, doing it with common sense, you could gaze at the sun till you really see a portal. The brightest light is the blackest black. You could gaze at the sun till you actually see the black hole. And it is so awesome. It is an awesome experience. It's an awesome experience. It's an awesome experience. Again, we could gaze at the sun and not be affected by it hurting our eyes or anything. Well, I know when you're first learning how to do it, but keep trying. We'll get there. And we're gonna, oh yes, I'm gonna go back in the house now. I guess I done been walking, I don't know how long, but thank you. Go back the other way. Thank you. Thank you. Now I was getting ready to go in the house because I didn't want to mess up the flow. But I knew in my spirit I was not ready to go back in. But it's turning around, going the other way. Because I thought if it was coming down my street, it would have been a long time before I didn't hear the sound anymore. But thank you, Father. Thank you. Okay, but what I was getting ready to say is when you staring at the sun, oh, Father, please help me get back. Let me see what was our, where were we? Yeah, oh, I know. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. What I was getting ready to say was when, oh gosh. Okay, back in the day, people used to do things to you, and it reaping what you sow, whether to the positive or whether to the good. We used to have to do it, and it'd be years before consequences, whether to the positive or whether to the negative. It used to be years before we saw. Yeah, I'm going in because I can feel the switch. It used to be years before we saw the consequences. Okay, just say for example, back during my abusive days. Tell you, timing of God is so awesome. Back during the days where I used to be abused by whatever mate, my son's father, back during them years. And to be honest with you, that was my first time coming to the Lord when I was 19. When I had my son, I had already had my daughter, but then at 18, at 19, I had my daughter, and after she was born, that's when I came to the Most High. I think I came to him at 19. Yeah, at 19, after I had my daughter. I must have turned 19 in, and then, okay. So, what I'm getting ready to say is how fast God works, how fast God is working nowadays. He is working so fast that I'm trying to see here. Let me see. I hadn't even had a chance to make up my bed yet. But the Most High is working so fast that the karma, that's what I want to say. The karma is speedily. It is so fast. What we thought, or you would even witness people doing things bad or good, and it's taken forever for it to manifest regarding being compensated for what is for what they're doing. You know. Okay, because what I was getting ready to say was even like, okay, when I was in the relationship with my son's father, it was a very abusive relationship. That's when I got introduced to drugs. That's when this roller coaster hell. Oh, y'all, this is who I sleep with. I look at them as my ancestors or I don't know, but I know my angels, my ancestors, and here's one even in the spirit, you know. But they that's my, I don't be wanting to reveal so much, but my environment. because I'm revealing so much, because we are family, we are one, and I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. You want to see my environment as life. I have nothing to hide. This is my closet. Forgive me, Father, for going off tangent, but I want people to see my reality, my real life, my environment, because I have nothing to hide. I am who I am, and I'm going to be who I know God is calling me to be. But, so the karma of life is going around so fast. And I have other, whatever. But anyway, like I said, I ain't got time. That I'm doing this because I want to prove to people I have nothing to hide. Nothing. My life is my life between me and God. And now I've always had to share it with other people, but this is serious times. These are serious times. And what God is doing is proving his point. Man has proved their point for so long. Now the heavens is switching to where God is proving the spirit, the universe, however you want to refer to your higher power, your source energy. Please, that's one of the things that separates us as people, as humanity. We separate into categories, into different groups, into different, God is not in a box. We can't put God in a box. We have got to stop putting him in a box, or putting the creator in a box. There is no box. No box. But back to karma. Everything good is going to be brought back to us speedily. Everything to the negative is going to be happening speedily. For example, when back in the day when people used to do things to you and stuff like that, it would seem like they're getting away with everything. It would seem like they're getting away with stuff. When I was in an abusive relationship with my son's father, it seemed like he was getting away with murder. But this was back in the 80s. But trying to open this water. But 3 years later, it's like all of that he had done, and I'm quite sure I wasn't the only relationship. That's the way of life with him. He was beating women. He had control. He was a tall man, so he was taller than the average female. I don't know. It didn't come to you in that package, but once you got that package and unwrapped it, you unwrapped Tasmanian devil. But it seemed like all through the years, and like I said, I know I wasn't the only woman that he did that to. It's like it's like it was all being saved to take the consequences all at once. That's another thing. If we doing things and you think you're getting away with it, you could be tightening the rope tighter around your neck. You may not see the consequences right then, but I'm guaranteeing you the way the heavens have switched, things are happening faster and faster and faster. Faster and faster. So if you're doing things to the negative and it's not, the consequences haven't come to you immediately, What you're doing is tying the rope tighter around your own neck. You're hanging yourself, you're tying the rope tighter around your own neck. The Bible also mentions you tying a rope around your neck, you're putting a big boulder on it, and then you slinging it in the water. And so what I was getting ready to say about my ex, long years, my son's father, he was abusive, and it looked like he got her. I don't know what his life was like after we separated. I don't know what his life was like, but life goes on. But it's like he may have been feeling like he was getting away with being abusive to the relationships with the women in the homes. He might have felt he was getting away with it. No, especially these times, karma is coming around. What go around, come around. It's coming around very quick. Because as well as to the positive, what go around, coming around. So what we're doing towards the positive, the rewards are coming fast, just as well as what's being done to the negative. That reward is coming at fast as well. For example, I was in Miami with another ex, this years and years and years later, and we walking down Miami, South Miami Beach and all of that. We walking down the beach, and he nudged me in my forehead. He nudged me in my forehead. I don't know what the hell. I don't know if he was trying to start some that he couldn't finish, because he had never did anything like that. Because I know, for one, I'm not going to get into nobody relationship, and they look like they have a tendency to want to put their hands on me. Women, we have got to have more secure self-esteem about ourselves. If a person we have to see the red signs even before that time come. If they look like they have the tendency to get angry, to want to put their hands on you, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Don't start nothing you can't finish. Go the other way. Red signs, red flags, all red lights. It's going to be quickly, things are going to be revealed. Everything is on a 5 times faster speed. Some of us, things are on for the average person, things are speeding up 5 times. For those of us that walk in the spirit, in higher elements and higher vibrations, wow, it's double. It's double. Information coming a lot faster. Higher steps coming a lot faster. Higher elevations are coming faster. We're advancing faster. So the whole spectrum of humanity is advancing a lot faster, and it's also happening a lot faster to the negative. So it's really what side you want to be on. But what I was getting ready to say about my ex, he gonna nudge me with his finger in my forehead as we're all in public, walking down the public Miami sidewalk with people. And I don't know, I think somebody was looking at me, and I might have looked back at him. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly what happened, because it was years and years ago. But I'm not a person that disrespects the principle, so I couldn't have been looking back at them. But if I did look back at them, it was because they are a human being, and they were, there's a courtesy time of looking. There's a disrespect time of looking. male or female, if we got mates, and especially when they're with us or without us, there is a courtesy time of looking. To me, once it gets past 3 seconds, you might have looked too long. This is to respect relationships, respect the principle of connection with your significant other, whether you're with them or not. It's a principle of respect. Whether they're there in your eyesight or out of your eyesight or whatever, you got to do the same thing whether they're with you or not, whether they're in your eyesight or not. It's principles that kept humanity floating on low vibrations, not growing spiritually. So we either cooperate with the different little tests so we could go ahead and advance much faster, or keep spiraling down more faster. Everything has speeded up, whether to the positive or to the negative. Them that have ears, let them hear. So he nudged me in my head, my forehead. I guess the guy was staring, or we human beings. So the guy might have been looking a couple of seconds too longer. But my ex, he must have thought I was looking at him. I looking back at the guy. I don't know what the hell. But like I said, he had never done that before. We may have been together about a year. This is not my son's father, the one that used to fight me. But after that experience, I learned never, ever to get in another relationship where a man put their hands on me. That was the first relationship, and that will be the last relationship. Because love is you're not going to love beat your car. Okay, for example, a man-female relationship. That if that man loving his car more than he loving you, see what I'm saying? That man ain't gonna beat up his car. You know what I'm saying? That man is not gonna beat up his car. He's not gonna kick his car. He probably gonna be out there shining it and washing it and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get my phone to where, let me see, I can sit it up and we still have something to look at. But anyway, so yeah, he excuse me. No, I don't want to do that, Wanda. What are you doing? So he nudged me in my forehead. And before, I guess he was walking, we were side by side, but when he nudged me in my forehead, he gonna turn around and like he was gonna leave me walking a little faster. Before he made that complete turn, a stops. I'm going to show you how God is. And people that are doing things as far as wanting to hurt people or abusive relationships, oh my gosh, especially if that other person is connected on a connected with the Father or connected to their higher source, their creator. You may have thought you got away with things in the past, but with this switch in the elements, all I can say is them that have ears to hear, let them hear. It is not them times anymore. You touching, putting your hands on abusive, well, I don't care if it's a woman beating a man or a man beating a woman. Times are coming to the point where them days are over. Especially if that person has a relationship with their creator. I don't know what I apologize. I don't know what y'all looking at through this camera because I'm just walking through my house And I'm not even staring at my phone. But what I'm saying is the times of karma is coming around speedily. And those that are doing abusive things to a person that's connected spiritually, oh boy, told you, the average person, things is moving in their lives 5 times faster. To those of us that are connected, in tune with the spiritual lifestyle, it's we moving double, 10 times faster. When we was going 60 miles an hour, we going about 100 miles an hour right about these days. And you know, in Germany, they don't have a speed limit. That's that street washer outside my kitchen door. As you notice, I have my few windows open. But yeah. Oh, shoot. So, what I was getting back to the story, he nudged me in my forehead. I don't know why he got that jealous, that mad, or that whatever. But he nudged me in my forehead with his finger and started walking fast, like he gonna leave me. You just go. We were walking together, and I assume you thought I disrespected you or something. Maybe whoever it was, we might have caught eye contact, but no, I respect the principle then and now. I may have cheated on someone. I'm 57 years old and I may have cheated on someone, but if I did, it was because we were separated. I don't recall me blatantly cheating on someone. Because I am because that's part of my story, man. Oh, no. But I always got cheaters, but I am a player hater, to the core. But what I was saying was he nudged me on my forehead, and after he nudged me on my forehead, he took about 1.5 steps. Because when he nudged me in my forehead, he was about to turn around real quick and say, like he pouting like a little boy and just gonna leave me. So he had made like 1.5 steps. He turned around after nudging me in my forehead in public, in front of everybody. Told you, I'm not even looking at this phone as I'm talking. So I really don't know what y'all looking at. So soon as he turned around, a tall stop sign was right in, he couldn't even finish his